What is this about?
Thinking that brainwashing and mind control was just something you see in
Minus
comic books
64
and
months.
cartoons.
Can I get a welcome
But
to the
now
jungle?
I know it's a very real thing that you can see happening daily in this country. Now, the big thing I want to talk about, I'm going to talk about a lot here. There's going to be a bunch of blabber in here and drool coming out of my mouth as I'm spitting.
Innovation, yeah, we'll probably be first in places we can't access.
The big focus is on the huge crypto collapse from yesterday, and the very suspicious, very lucky trader who was able to cash out $190 million off of it because they were shorting Bitcoin and Ethereum a day before and all the way up until a minute
How did they do that?
Trump's Truth Social post announcing the massive tariffs on China, which crashed the entire market, and then 30 minutes later they cash out $190 million. It seems like they might have known something, but that can't be, right? That would be corruption. And this administration doesn't engage in that kind of nefarious activity, except for all the previous times that this exact same thing has happened with Trump announcing things on Truth Social that people close to him, some close fucking teats, must have had insider knowledge on because they were able to cash out millions upon millions of dollars because of his rinse and repeat cycle of threatening tariffs, backing off tariffs, postponing tariffs, just fluctuating the market up and down. Yet people in his inner circle must be privy to this knowledge because they are making absolute bullseye trades based on that before it becomes public. So this isn't...
Yo, so why don't they just track down people who are doing this and fucking find and put them in jail? Why don't the government put their foot on the ground and put everybody in the jail? He's not Molly lost them. This will not even affect you. Like, how will this even affect you? The price will be the price. There's nothing you can really do about it.
Really anything new. It's just the most egregious
Bitcoin,
instance because you
is what
can
it is.
literally see it. This account opens and starts shorting Bitcoin and Ethereum a day before this announcement, and then a minute before the Truth Social post goes live. Like, it's unbelievable.
Wait, a minute or what?
Opens and starts shorting Bitcoin and Ethereum a day before this announcement, and then a minute before the Truth Social post goes live. Like, it's unbelievable. And if you're a MAGA cultist, it actually is unbelievable.
Crazy.
They refuse to believe it. They refuse to accept the very real reality that they are getting fucking hosed. Trump and Trump's family's net worth has exploded since becoming president. How do you defend that? Well, I'll tell you how. Because they say...
Well, I mean, guys, all the conspiracy guys have also been saying that Nancy Pelosi trading, whatever, this is the same thing. Why would they be different this one time? Why would it be different that his post, yeah, they knew ahead of time? Bro, it's happening across the board. Don't act like this is any different. What?
Trump is such a benevolent saint. He actually doesn't even keep his
How's that
salary for
thing?
being president. Wow, that's how much he cares about the American people. You fucking delusional homunculus.
Guys, he's the president, but you think that Donnie wakes up and says, guys, today the tariffs, fuck this. I'm going to threaten China with some tariffs because my toast were burned and I'm in a bad fucking mood. I'm not going to tell anybody. I'm not going to tell any consultant, any councils, any advisors.
Let's go.
Fuck everybody. I'm going to go. No. Everybody's out the office. I'm walking in. I'm going from my bed to the Oval Office. I'm putting up my laptop, right? I'm opening up Skype. I'm calling Xi Jinping or whatever. I'm saying, yo, mother sucker, this shit's fucking going down, bitch ass. Oh, wow, guys, nobody knew about this. What the fuck are you guys talking about?
The presidential salary is actual peanuts. It's literal fucking used condoms in the grand scheme of how much money him and his family are making throughout his presidency. When he was being fucking sworn in, he was still launching up to 168 new products. And that doesn't even include things like his cologne that he launched, you know, the fucking Trump Gooch Galore smell, the Trump watches, the Trump phone and shit like that. So that has only increased the amount of things that he is hawking to the American people to buy.
It's an empire, is what it
solely
is.
to enrich himself and his family, his fucking meme coin and all of that. His family is going ballistic in terms of how much money they are making off of his presidency. They're not even hiding it. They are just constantly making money off of you.
But 190 mil is still massive compared to any of those things. I mean, let's give it a buck. What's his personal wealth, whatever? 190 mil would be a massive portion, a huge portion of that. If not, that would be the majority of his liquidity at that point.
As you suffer and get less and less money, they get more and more. They are taking the pizza and not even leaving you bits and pieces, morsels of the crust. It's sad, and yet people love it. They will accept it with a fucking smile on their face and say, please, give me some more. I've got more holes for you to fill. Please, come in here. I'm waiting. It's just absurd. They don't even stick to a single belief anymore. Like the Epstein files, I know I have made a lot of content on the past, so I'm not going to regurgitate that. But the Epstein files are a really good example of how they really cared about the Epstein files, and they were really upset at the failure of Joe Biden to release them in that administration. So they were hyping up Trump about all of his promises to release those Epstein files, which he has still not done and still actively just like discounts, and the entire administration denying the existence of now. And this same group of people that was so excited for Trump to follow through on that promise is now like, oh, he didn't break any promises. promises. In fact, it's just not even important. That's why he's not doing it. Like, it's not a big deal. Like, who cares about the Epstein files? We have so many bigger things to worry about.
It was a Chinese WHler that front-ran everyone on a massive short liquidating everyone.
Really? I thought so too. It's what I thought too. I saw people that... I saw the short before the news. I saw it happen and people were saying what it was, whatever. You think they knew?
Like, what the next product we're going to have to buy from Trump is. Like, they're just now saying it doesn't matter.
Hold on.
We don't care. We actually don't want...
To truly debunk this, we have to lay out the data. How often do big whales short their positions on crypto that badly to that amount? How often does it happen? Because if this happens on a daily, this is a nothing burger. This is actually nothing at all. But if this happens pretty often, now we have maybe a pattern, and this becomes just probably a coincidence. But, that's all I'm saying.
This information. Actually, I believe everything they're saying now. Yeah, it definitely doesn't exist. Yeah, actually, Maxwell's probably innocent too. But again, I've already talked about that a lot. Let's talk about some other stuff. The COVID vaccine.
Guys,
Trump just got a COVID.
Okay. Last pause. Let's talk about pure numbers. Just round numbers. Let's say shorts happen 4 times a year. 4 times a year. Let's say we say big shorts 4 times a year, right? And this is over 2 days overall. So 365 days, right? Happens over 2 days, so 1 day of inaccuracy, we'll do half. So divide by 2. The chance of that happening on the quizzes is 1 out of 182. If there's 4 shorts divided by 4, it's only 1 out of 46. If you really break it down to one number, I'm not debating anything. I'm just saying it's not that insane. It is not that insane. 1 out of 45, 1 out of 46. I don't think it's that crazy.
Booster, not a conspiracy, just out in the open, signed, documented, stamped. It is legitimate. Trump just got a COVID booster, and this administration has constantly played into the MAGA fear of the jab. That was one of the big things with MAGA is like how this is, contaminating us, poisoning us.
The short is and the timing of it, but it cannot be said for sure that it was insiders. I personally believe it is though.
I also think it's
trying to kill us with the jab.
Insider trading, for
and
sure.
now Trump just got the vaccine booster, and those same people like Gunther Dickelman are now applauding him for it, sucking a fucking fart out of his butt for it, giving him a full rim job. Like, yes, the president's healthy. This is great news. Meanwhile, only a few months ago, a big talking point from him and so many others is the COVID vaccine and the evil of it. But now that Trump got the vaccine booster, well, now they love it. Well, now it's great. Actually, Trump probably got the vaccine booster.
Any president being healthy is better than them being unhealthy. I mean, if they can serve the country in the capacity that they're hired for and they're elected for. I mean, how is that about? What?
Because he's going to immediately give all of us herd immunity. He is using himself as a selfless sacrifice with the jab, so that way his will help infiltrate all of us via osmosis. So now we're all immune to COVID thanks to Trump getting the COVID vaccine booster or some crazy shit maybe. That one I'm just spitballing, but I'm trying to find ways they'll mental gymnastics around it. But the sad reality is they're not going to bother trying. They're just going to be like Gunther here and just be like the good little NPC drone that's like, anything Trump does is great. Can't wait to swallow more Trump meat. Even though it goes completely against all of the things he was talking about. It's like so many people that were talking about the jab and how evil it is and all of that are now celebrating that Trump got it. It's just so obvious. It's so blatant.
That makes sense.
I don't think I've seen anything from him on Trump getting the jab. You're just radio silence, just crickets. It's just ignore things that make you have to think. That is the cult mentality of MAGA. Anything Trump does is perfect. Anything that makes me think that maybe there's something else there, I shut out. I plug my ears to. It is.
Chad, this is too easy. You know when people talk about progression, whatever. I mean, this is true progression. These guys say that everything is fake, and all Trump has to do is say, this is true, and everybody accepts it. It's that simple. They don't have to wait for some sort of social movement. As soon as Donnie says, this is true, boom, they progress. So, I mean, it's shit.
Fucking
horrifying. I mean, it works,
Trump is now building a Qatari Air Force base in Idaho. Trump has accepted a huge $400 million Wumbo Turbo Superstar jet from Qatar. It's a crazy gift. That's one hell of a donation there. I don't want to toss the B word around too lightly here. The
Mr. Fauci, please prick me with
nomenclature,
the
but I mean, definitely smells a little fishy over here with that, especially in regards to what came soon after.
Which is
then signed a $5.5 billion deal with Qatar for a Trump golf course. Yippee! That's great for the American people. More Trump wealth that he accumulates here through this deal. And now he is putting a Qatar Air Force base on our homeland soil.
You are now
America
aware of all contact points
first, right? Yeah, that's really America first thinking right there. Yeah, and I've already seen the cope about how actually
guys, the fact that you can make a fucking golf course worth $5 billion means that the sport is shit and we should delete golf. You shouldn't be allowed to even have that. it doesn't make it's just grass with a hole. It's holes on grass with sometimes sand and a rock. How is that $5 billion?
This is a joint training procedure. This is something that we do all the time, actually. And I saw JD, My Chemical Romance Vance, talking today about like how it's actually just all fake news and stuff. Even though they have literally verbatim point blank said exactly what this deal is, and he's just denying that. So not even the administration is in agreement on their talking points right now. It's a fucking mess. And still, people are so brainwashed and mind controlled that they'll just accept it and be like, this is great. This is America first, actually. They put this Qatar Air Force Base in Idaho. That's actually exactly what I wanted. And then Trump always finds a way to surprise me with some crazy schizo posting late at night. So his most recent one is the Biden FBI placed 274 agents into the crowd on January 6th. If this is so, which it is, a lot of very good people will be owed big apologies. What a scam. Do something!
Chat, I find this to be plausible in terms of the first parts. The reason why that is, will definitely be misinterpreted. What I don't think missing the point. Then, if there's a big thing happening, right? Why wouldn't you want people in the crowd that are not part of it, but what? What do you fucking want? What? It doesn't matter who's present at the time, guys. If there's something big happening, something dangerous and scary, why wouldn't they have agents in the crowd? Not as participants, but as ready to react people, as people that are just infiltrating or whatever. Why wouldn't they? I don't get it. Why wouldn't they?
President DJT. There is so much.
Yeah, that part. I think my theory is at least plausible. I think this analysis is dog shit. This is not. I think this is all. I think this is all dog shit.
Do something, President DJT. There is so much wrong with that. I think he forgot to take his suppositories because holy shit, Trump was.
Because let's get about. Oh, Trump was president, but if it was their doing, they would say, "Oh, look how good we are at infiltrating and making sure that things go down without a hitch. Look how much control and how much smart we are, whatever." But when they do it, it's holy shit, dude, that's crazy. They had people in there that these guys are fucking this conspiracy. Guys, you can spin this both ways. You can spin this both ways.
President on January 6th. Biden did not control the FBI. But you know what? Let's play ball here and dive into a fucking fever dream, a fantasy. Let's say Joseph Biden set down his ice cream, cracked his knuckles, and assumed direct control of the FBI on January 6th and placed all of these agents in here just as Trump says. Well, why don't you do something about it? You are the president. Who are you asking to do something? God? Batman? Like, who are you trying to call? Who are you trying to summon to do something? You are the president. So if this is real, why aren't you doing anything? This is a classic President DJT maneuver here, the entire administration really, where they're like, all these crimes from the Democrats. All of these absolutely abhorrent, vile crimes that the Democrats have done. No more playing nice.
Yeah, he hadn't
no more
officially
Mr.
changed
Nice
office.
Guy.
If he says
we're
if they
showing
do
our
this,
teeth.
is that true?
We're baring our fangs, and we're going to get something done about it. And then nothing. It's all just posturing. It's all performative.
Because until the winners administration take over and replace everybody, right? The president that still was elected before, if they say, "Yo, FBI, do tap dance in the market," they will. They will do tap dance in the market. They still own. They have power.
It is a game, and they are playing you. They're preying upon your gullibility and your
Trump is in charge of it.
Your inclination to be afraid, to constantly keep you in fear, because when you are afraid, when you are convinced that the other side is doing all of these things to get you, you are so fucking easy to control. You're so malleable. That's why they're playing that shit in the airports now about how like the Democrats are Satan and all of that. If you have all of this overwhelming evidence that you claim to have about all these crimes and all this shit that the Democrats have done, why have you done nothing?
Okay, so it doesn't matter. It's just throwing a wrench in the thing, just to brain rot the people, and people are just blindly believing it because fact checking is too new school.
You would be just as guilty in that case. What is the quote? The only thing it takes for evil to succeed is for good men to do nothing. Well, if you know that all this evil is happening from the Democrats and you're doing nothing, you're just as guilty. Like, this is so clearly obvious to anyone that's thinking for more than 5 fucking seconds. And you don't even need to be thinking for 5 seconds to see this new Truth Social stinker here that he squeaked out as anything other than just a sham. Like, this should just be alarming into the mental decline of Trump. He was president on January 6th. He controlled the FBI. Not Biden. Biden was probably out riding his bike to a fucking twisty treat. I don't think he was down there as the puppet master pulling the strings, putting FBI agents in January 6th. It is so crazy, and yet people will just swallow it. They will swallow any shit that Trump feeds them happily. Even when they...
January 6th was a fucking shit show, wasn't that? Like, anyway, everything I see about it, it's not even one side or the other. Shit is awful everywhere. Nothing that it makes sense. It's just awful. Everybody's just being brainwashed. What? Why are you saying question mark? What's your question mark? Oh yeah, no, in that other side. No, I meant not. You guys misconstrue my words all the time, man. Oh my god, bro. Jeez, forget it.
I know it's something bad. Like Ted Cruz saying that he got into Congress 13 years ago solely to represent the interests of Israel.
Things being discussed, whatever.
He is an American politician who openly states that he is here for Israel. That, again, like I said, feels treasonous to me. And I imagine most people in a different time period would feel the same, but because of how tribalistic politics has become, if you're a big MAGA enthusiast, Trump supporter, you have to somehow just hand wave that and support it because that's what you're told you need to do. Even though anyone should be able to hear that and be concerned. Why does Israel have such a huge...
Yeah, but I mean, guys, I think some of the January 6th megatards to face the reality, okay? They say, oh, you want to immigrate, to do it legally. You want to do it right. Oh, yeah, whatever, all this shit, right? Oh, yeah, there's a right way to do it. There's a right way to do it. Okay, even in a case where the election was rigged, let's say in a sense, and they go, well, we did it because they rigged it. It was like, okay, even in that case, there was be a legal way to go about it. They would have to go through some form of process before that goes through. So what they did doesn't even make sense with their own theory. So you have to stand on business and be like, guys, listen, either you care about things being done the right way or you don't. And the reality is that you don't. You don't. And in a great scheme of things, let's keep it a buck. I don't think either side cares about doing it the right way.
Stranglehold on the American political landscape and such a massive say-so in how American companies do their business, and why do they even have like the ability to start making demands about what needs to be censored in regards to their atrocities on American platforms. It would be alarming to everyone if the political sphere wasn't just, I have to support everything from this side no matter what. It is fucking scary. Now, I do want to make a mention of something. It's not all horrible, awful news. There's actually a ceasefire going on right now. And I can only pray that it sticks. With Netanyahu, you never really fucking know. But I can only keep my fingers crossed and pray for the absolute best for the Palestinians and hope that going forward, the people of Gaza will no longer need to fear being massacred by Netanyahu's IDF. Now, I know I said at the beginning of the video, the focus of this was going to be on the crypto collapse. And the super lucky guy that happened to make $190 million going against all rational thinking and against all the odds. Truly a miracle. But I couldn't help myself. This is just so preposterous. But now let's finally dive into the crypto collapse. CoffeeZilla made a video going over this. It's extremely well put together, so I'm going to be showing you some clips of that as we talk about it.
I don't even know what this is. I think this is all legal, kind of. I don't think it should be, as you'll see.
The thing is, even if it wasn't legal, it wouldn't matter. There will be no justice pursued regardless, because I think it's pretty clear that whoever this is...
Crypto, legal, choose one. Choose one.
They are part of Trump's inner circle of cronies.
People do the crazy shit. They never go to jail.
What was coming. And it doesn't take a genius to recognize that imposing these huge tariffs on China was going to have a huge effect on the market. So it was a pretty easy opportunity for them to short with that knowledge in mind and make an unbelievable amount of money. Again, if it is legal, it shouldn't be, like CoffeeZilla says, but even if it isn't legal, it won't matter, because they're not going to do anything about it.
But the question is, what did this guy know? Okay, how did somebody make $190 million while everyone else was losing their shirts yesterday? If you don't know, there was one of the biggest crashes we've ever seen in crypto.
So why don't people just follow the whales? Why, if somebody shorts something, why don't you short then? Can you not see that ahead of time? If a big guy shorts for 100 million, I mean, if I short this motherfucker. What?
And someone came in 24 hours before and started placing shorts against the market. Short is just when you bet that the underlying asset...
I want to see those transactions. Holy... How much is that? Guys, how much is that? I don't get, is this value of the wallet or value of the transaction? I can't read this. So this is 8.8 mil per transaction? I don't think so. I think it's value of the wallet and it's going down. Look, bang, that's 6,000. This is that value. This is going down. There's a lot of. Oh, there's limits per order.
Shorts against the market. Short is just when you bet that the underlying asset is going to go down in price and you will make money on that. Now, this all started October 9th.
Oh, yeah.
At 16:39 GMT time, they start accumulating this Bitcoin short.
So T-minus 24.
Really?
39 GMT time, they start accumulating this Bitcoin short.
Limit minus 200. Interesting.
So T-minus 24 hours until the rest of the world knows this information about the impending tariffs. They come in with $80 million that they start shorting Bitcoin with. That is not like a gamble or anything. That feels like they knew for sure something was going to happen. That is a crazy amount to come out of nowhere with to short Bitcoin.
Now, the amount is unusual, but that itself is not the unusual part. Then we have Ethereum starts to get shorted at 3:49 GMT. Interesting. $30 million gets deposited into this account. Immediately start placing major bets that the...
Chat, why wouldn't the government just subpoena the fucking whatever? I'm guessing to do a transaction like that, you'd have to be in an exchange, whatever. They could get the records and the KYC of whoever's fucking doing this shit, and they would know exactly who it is, no? Guys, wait, this is decentralized. I don't think you understand how crypto works. To do these shorts, you need to have a way to being paid if you win those shorts. So this transaction needed to have happened in at least a big exchange. Otherwise, how would they get paid out? How would they get paid out? So it would be in what? Let's say, guys, no. So it's not anonymous. This would be on a website, on an exchange, which at those amounts, you are KYC'd 100%. And they could just subpoena them, and they would get the whoever this person is, and then they would just get into the integration room. Well, you can't just say nope. What do you mean?
Market is going to go down. Why is this significant? Well, because at 14:57, this is only a few hours later, like 12 hours later, Trump posts on Truth Social that they are calculating a massive increase on Chinese tariffs.
Dex hyperliquid.
That's really lucky.
So this website, the black or the slate color background is, what website is that?
This account comes out of nowhere, swinging huge numbers, slinging big time fucking doubloons here on these shorts, and then shortly after, well, it looks like
It's a Dex, not a sex. What does that mean?
might be happening to the market here with these potential tariffs that they're calculating.
Where I think this goes from suspicious to downright diabolical is the fact that at this point, the market dips a little bit because you have these threats of tariffs. But the person does not start closing out their shorts yet.
So that happened on the hyperliquid, this site. You sure? Guys, and you're telling me that even if you withdraw 190 mil off of their site, there's no KYC in or out on any, and you can make 200 mil and nobody knows a thing about it. They should shut that down. That's what I say.
No, that's not weird. This trader's just got diamond hands.
They should shut that down.
He's not going to close out
crazy.
his position based off of just that one tweet there. No, that wouldn't make any sense. He's just got strong paws to really grip onto his positions here.
Why?
Which I think is
Because they shut down Tornado Cash. They shut down all the fucking money laundering, fucking Bitcoin mixers, right? And you could absolutely use that to mix coins for what? That if it's all in and out, no KYC, you could use that to mix your coins and fucking send them back out. What the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean? No, you can't. I'm so confused. Why would you be able to?
It's very interesting. If you place this huge short bet and then the president tweets something like this, you would think you would close out your order. But not only do they not do that, not only do they not close out their short, they continue to place short bets against...
Okay, this side chat, what is that? Is it? Oh yeah, it is. It is the hyper
Bitcoin.
thing.
In fact, this person continues to short Bitcoin all the way up till 2049-23 GMT. Why is that significant, ladies and gentlemen? It's because 2049 is the last short he places, okay? 2050 GMT. A minute later, 1 minute later, Trump announces they're considering an 100% tariff on China, which of course...
Yo, what if... Oh my gosh, I just got the theory. What if the guy knows the wallet of a few people in the government, a few select people, let's say, I don't know, Barron or whatever. I'm just allegedly. He knows there's 100 wallets to track. He knows a few select wallets, right, that are directly connected to Trump, whatever. And when they do even the smallest thing, whatever, let's say some guy linked to Trump, whatever, fucking says, I'm selling Bitcoin today, I'm selling 10% of my Bitcoin, whatever. Something very small. He just does what they do, but 100 times worse, because it's enough that they go on and he takes like gambles like that. That would be actually a pretty valid theory. That would make sense.
Tanks the market, and this person makes literally $190 million in 24 hours.
And what if they used some form of credential that they have on an exchange to know who has what wallet? And now nobody knows, it's not in public. They just use the KYC to find some wallet that are connected, and they take guesses. That's probably his dad. That's probably his whatever. And then they end up targeting few select wallets, and boom, they can now predict the future.
Then over the course of the next half hour, they close out all of their shorts and they cash out big time. Jackpot. Wow, did they get lucky or what, huh? Man,
Jack,
I cannot believe the coinky dink
last
there.
pause. I'm not naive. Okay, so you're telling me that everybody around Trump, everybody around big executive, big fucking government guys, 30 people are part of a big thing that's gonna change the market in a big way. It's gonna tear whatever, and they all talk 30 people. And you're telling me that 0 people in any of those guys' circles, now we're talking 30 people. All of their circles, their families, their whatever, you're thinking that none of those massive circles, nobody is doing anything with that information. Nobody that goes like, oh wow, I hold 10 mil of Ethereum, and they're saying Ethereum is gonna fucking crash and die tomorrow. I'm not gonna, no, but none of them even traded at, let's say, 200,000. I mean, they probably do that on a daily. Why wouldn't they do it today? Or why would they do it tomorrow? 400,000? I don't believe that shit. I don't believe that for a second. Especially with the track record people have at the government with insider trading. Fuck that.
All the way up until 1 minute before Trump's tweet.
I don't believe it, sorry.
Geez, some guys have all the luck. You would actually need to be the biggest fucking stupidest troglodyte on the planet to think that this was just like a lucky, miracle trade here from this individual. This is clearly someone that had information about what was coming.
What's saying you? I didn't see what he says. He said what?
1 minute before Trump's tweet. Geez, some guys have all the luck. You would actually need to be the biggest fucking stupidest troglodyte on the planet to think that this was just like a lucky, miracle trade here from this individual.
I didn't say just lucky. I presented the possibility into a raw number on what that could look like, and that was 1 out of 45. It's not that big of a deal. I said that as a possible counterpoint. Guys, in order to form better conclusions, you must form new theories. If you only have one theory in mind, and it's already result-based, and you're just working backwards, you're always gonna have the same fucking answer. You need to think about new possibilities, new theories, and somehow give them the chance and the light of day to really get to one number. Otherwise, it's irrelevant. You're doing nothing.
That had information about what was coming. The speculation is that it's Barron Trump. There's a lot of people that are providing their loose evidence that it's Barron. Nothing's
One is connected to Garrett Bullish. I don't want to dox anybody. That seems kind of weird to me. I'm not trying to. I'm not gonna get a weird phone call at fucking 4 a.m. tomorrow or what? It was his wallet? Are you sure though? CZ Binance. Is that the guy? I've never asked Binance to violate or use privacy. I don't ask myself. Best if third-party investigators use public blockchain data for this research, which they seem to be pretty good at. Not sure of validity. Hope someone can cross-check. Investigator, Into the alleged identity of mysterious hyperliquid hyperunit whale who holds 100,000 PTC. Chat, what if this guy, all he did is just track public wallets that he thinks are related to the government and makes bets based on the flow of those wallets? I mean, this guy would be operating within the well confines of the law. If he didn't use any information that he shouldn't be allowed to have, he's working well within the confines. He's just smart, and that kind of cooks his strategy because it kind of forces him out, man. On paper. It's a good story. Yes, what? Hi, this is Vance. Thanks for sharing my personal and private information. To clarify, I have no connection with Trump family. This is insider trading. Possible. Plausible. Like I said, I wouldn't make any conclusions on it. Guys, I wouldn't make any conclusions on that. What? Okay, investigation finishes, right? Let's say, and this guy has a strategy that was incredibly smart, and it was this incredibly genius-like idea, and he made money off of it. And now what? Because people used personal information, and people did things that they shouldn't be doing to investigate whatever. Now it's out in the open. I find that to be unfair. I find it to be unfair. If they do investigations and whatever, they should do it in private, and they should wait till it's conducted before making public statements that could be damaging to somebody. Awful. I say that's awful. Sorry, that's my take of the day. Even though there's a possibility this guy's doing some crazy shit, I don't think that it's okay to just go ahead of time and give public some fucking witch hunt bullshit. I don't agree with it.
Confirmed on who this is, and I don't think there will ever be confirmation on who this was. But it doesn't take a galaxy brain 5-digit IQ genius to see this and recognize that the only way that something like this happens is if that person had prior knowledge of what was coming. There is no other explanation for it. So while everyone else lost tons of...
There's no explanations because you're not looking elsewhere. Yes, I like Charlie Chat, okay? But you have to be the debunker. You have to go into the debunk shoes. If you don't, at least give a chance to alternate theories. You can't say that there's no other options. You can't say that, Chat. You can't say it. You can't say it. Guys, as a core philosophy, core, I'm not talking about some crazy shit. You can't make that statement.
Money. Some people lost everything. This crash was so colossal that some people took their own lives because of it. The only way that someone went totally against the grain all the way up until 1 minute before the fucking, bomb dropped from Trump here is if they knew it was coming. Like, it's just, I think it is so clear.
Okay.
And the only...
Nobody should die, nobody should kill themselves over Bitcoin price. Okay, but I gotta say, Bitcoin was at fucking 40K, 39K. I got back into the fucking Bitcoin at like fucking 39. Shit went to fucking 120K or some shit like that. I don't remember what it was. Dude, the price dips. Don't fucking kill yourself. How about you at least wait for the price to come back up, man? Like, come on, bro. Well, are you really liquidating all your fucking Bitcoin as soon as it hits top value to survive? Bro, I don't know. I don't know.
The only way you could possibly think anything else is if you're already brainwashed and mind
when
controlled.
When it dips, you
and
buy
stuck
more.
In a cult mentality.
It dips
I
more.
Really don't know
you buy
what
more
it will
than more
to snap people.
It goes
out
almost to
of
zero.
This. The
it's
people that are just
all
so far
in.
gone and willing to deny all the evidence of their eyes and ears that they're constantly being told that they need to. Following these orders of just deny everything that you see and hear from this administration and everything going on. I don't know how you bring them back into like
Guys,
being able to think. Like actually be able to think. It's fucking terrifying. It's actually extremely scary. So yeah.
I don't think it's scary to not jump to conclusions. I'm not saying it's this or that. I'm saying there's a possibility. It's not what we think it is. Oh my god, this guy. Further investigation linked to the trader of a Bitforex confounder. Whoa. Wait, hold on. This guy's a founder of a big exchange, so people would have to have their wallet KYC on this website probably, right? So this guy would have information, possibly, if he wanted to, allegedly, to information not accessible to everyday person, theoretically. Chat? True or false? I'm asking a question. let's say theoretically he's on the computer at the office of this company, and he looks at certain wallets, certain names, or whatever, he could have access to that. Finish the tweet. Okay, I'll finish the tweet. Before shut down in February 2024. I mean, it doesn't matter. Somebody's name, if a wallet is still active, you would just check an old name with wallets that are to that name. You still say if the wallet is active, if it's doing any sort of trading, you would mark it as this wallet is still hot, and you would just go down the list of all the hot wallets, all the ones that are still being used, and then you would make a profile of all the names and wallets, and then you would have a good idea. What, man? Read what? As mentioned, I suspect the funds might be stolen. Further digging shows that the wallet used transfer gas fees to the BC wallet is linked to Ethereum blockchain. I don't know what that means. It's just a lot of big words. Cryptocurrency platform, China, founded by Garrett. This exchange was under regulatory scrutiny in Japan for operating without a license. All right. For shutting down, hot wallets recorded outflow about 56 mil. Classic. Exit scam. Go up to what? Finish the sentence. He sold 56 months in user funds. 6 mil. Oh! They went down at the payment 56 mil in the user funds. Interesting. Interesting. Because the reality is that people always say, this needs to be anonymous, this needs to be decentralized. We love decentralization or whatever, right? No, I'm not doing anything wrong, guys. I love that it's decentralized and we can't track it or whatever. Oh, this guy stole a lot of money and it's untraceable. Oh, bring to justice. Come on, bruh. You cannot have it both ways. You can't have it both ways, dude.